Hey everyone, happy Tuesday morning and welcome to our weekly Facebook Live. My name is Ann Granger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the beautiful town of Dorchester, Ontario, Canada, and I'm excited to be with you. Oh my gosh, it's another hot and humid day here in Southwest Ontario. I just took my puppy outside and it's already 39 degrees with the humidity and it is muggy and gross, which means it's a good day to stay in my stamp room and create. I hope you're having a great start to your day, or maybe you're watching and it's later in the day. Welcome to the Stamp with Ann community. As I said, I'm an independent demonstrator and I go live each week. My puppy is being a little ham. Each week I pick a product of the week and I go live 3 times to showcase a variety of projects. Monday night I do a scrapbook page, and then Tuesday and Wednesday I show you cards, and then I have a bunch of other samples to share with you. So let me find myself here on my devices. I hope everything is good. I don't know what's going on with my internet, but I've been trying to upload a video and it's been taking forever. So I'm hoping this is all good. I might have to call our internet provider and just see what has changed, because I never used to take so long. Maybe it's just the world too, who knows. Anyways, welcome to my stamp room, aka my happy place. This is where you will find me majority of the days. I love coming in here. I love spending time. A lot of times I'll put on just music. It truly is my escape place and one that I love and enjoy a lot of. So I found myself here. So let's get started. Let me put this away. So this week, as I said, I pick a product of the week. This week, I decided to go with something from the Annual Catalogue, and it's called Weekend Adventures. Now, I have been really diving into more of the greetings in a stamp set and looking at like what those greetings are and how I can use them. So when I saw things to do and places to see, I know that's a great travel one. Or take the scenic route, which is another great travel one. And I don't know about you, I'm not traveling this summer. I'm saving up. I'm hoping to go to On Stage in March, and then I will be flying out to see my daughters graduate next April into May. So I chose not to travel this summer, but it doesn't mean I can't create travel pages and dream of destinations that I want to go to. So this is in the Annual Catalog, and I'm going to showcase this week. So last night I created a scrapbook page. That video is uploaded, is in the process of being uploaded to my YouTube channel, and will be on, it's already on my blog. And today we're doing a card. Tomorrow we're doing a card, and then I have some more cards to share with you. It was quite interesting. When I was creating, my desk was a mess, and I had a lot of like little pieces, and that just screamed samples to me. So I have a bunch of cards that are showing you ways to use your designer series paper scraps, which I think is something that we all can use. I don't know about you, but I'm sure, and you put your hand up, you have piles and piles of paper that are just sitting there because, oh my gosh, they're so pretty, you don't want to cut in it. Or you really like this one pattern. But guess what? We need to love it and chop it and use it, because then that means we can buy more of that paper. And you might, you know what? Sometimes I find, like, I know I'm guilty of this, but my customers will say this to me, or my friends, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't cut into that paper, and now I cut into it and I absolutely love it, but guess what? I can't get it anymore. So don't fear of missing out. Chop up that paper, and if you love it, you can order more of it. All right, so let's flip the camera and get started, and I'm going to show you what we're working on today and what we're creating. My card today was inspired by a demonstrator over in the Netherlands. Her name is Helen D. I don't even know. Her first name is Helen D. Block. I'm sure I'm going to chop that. And well, it's inspired by Semel Stamper. Helen D. Brigen, I think is her name. So I saw this, and she actually did it showcasing a fall stamp set, and I really liked the layout, and I thought, how can I spin that and make it into a card using the Weekend Adventures? And that's what I'm going to show with you. Sorry. All right, let's get let's get started. I'm gonna flip the camera. You're gonna see the beautiful outside view. Like I said, it is super hot out today. I can't even believe how hot it is, and we're not even in the heat of the day yet. Ugh. Like I said, was outside earlier. So I have been really working in my room, just trying to accomplish a lot of things before that September calendar flips over. If you're on my newsletter, you will be receiving some newsletter updates today. And I am in the process of working on my fall stuff. I've decided just to take the rest of August off. I have been purging and cleaning, and oh my gosh, that's exhausting on its own. So I've decided, and I do want to do a few day trips. So decided not to do any classes this month, but we'll start up in January. So this is the stamp set that we are using. It's called Weekend Adventures. It is a photopolymer stamp set, which is perfect for two-step stamping. I actually really like photopolymer stamp sets because you can see where you're stamping. As I said, it has some great greetings. Then think about it as other ways you can use this. Things to do and places to see. So that you could use for maybe like a gift card. You're going to give someone like a travel gift card. Take the scenic route. Maybe someone's on retiring. You can use it for travel. This would also be like a good graduation one. You got love this place. Adventure starts here. Flowers and mugs. Cheers. Better together. Relax and enjoy. So that's the stamp set. Now let me show you the designer series paper. So the designer series paper is 12 sheets of 12 by 12, but you actually get 3 patterns and you get 4 sheets of each pattern to give you 12 sheets. But the neat thing about this one is it actually comes with a sticker pack. So let's pull this up closer to see it. So I love these patterns, really naturey, rustic, but you've got basic beige, basic black, Cajun craze, clips of coral, early espresso, misty moonlight, mossy mellow, old elf, peach pie, and berry vanilla. This pattern here, to me, when I look at it, in certain ways, I see basic black. But in other ways, I see early espresso. It's that kind of that pattern that can change. I really think these patterns would be great for Halloween. This would be great for Christmas. And you got this like little acorn, which would be great for fall. And then you got these fun camping ones right here. So that is the designer series paper. And as I said, this designer series paper is unique because it comes with a pack of stickers. So these are our sticker sheets, and these products coordinate with our scrapbooking workshop kits. So I love this. You've got a whole bunch. You've got some nature. Like there's just different ones you can use. And as you can see, I've started to use some on my scrapbook page that I created last night. But you can also use these for cards. They're not just for scrapbooks. You can use these for card making. You could use these for tags. You could use these for a lot of different things. So like I said, they actually come with a sticker pack. So let me show you where you can find this in the catalog. So we are looking at our 2025 annual catalog. So this is what the catalog front looks like. And if you turn to page 72 and 73, you will see the products that we are using this week. I know many of you love our catalogs. You call it your Bible. You take it everywhere. It's in your bag. It goes to like, you browse it, you search for it. I'm like you, I love the catalog, but I also love seeing the new products that are online. So Weekend Adventure, there's the stamp set, there's the DSP and sticker sheet that I shared, and it also comes with 2-tone cardstock, which is great. And this was the scrapbook page we created last night, so make sure you head over to my blog to check that out. And as I said, these coordinate with our workshop kits, and let me just find that here. So this is the weekend workshop kit, but these just coordinate and lets you expand and think outside the box. So those are on page 72. All right, so let me show you, here's our product of the week. I remembered to print it off this morning. So there is, I'll just hold that up for you. It showcases the stamp set and the designer series paper and sticker sheet, but it also gives you the number and the price point. So if this is for Canada, so if you're here in Canada, this would be the price point. These products are available globally, so they would be also in other markets. So if you're a person watching from overseas or internationally, welcome, welcome. All right, so that's the product of the week. This week, my class to go is featured around the Weekend Adventure stamp set. I have created these 4 cards. I will be showcasing these 2 cards in a Facebook Live. These 2 will just be samples that I will share. Place an order from Monday, August 11th to Sunday, August 17th. Any orders before $50 or more before shipping and taxes, and any rewards taking off, you will qualify for this week's card cut, and which means I will send you everything. The only thing I can't do is stamp for you. So if you're really liking, now this one I used a little bit of a different grading, but everything else is from the stamp set. You could use your own stamp set, or you could get the one that is I'm highlighting. All right, so let's dive in. As I shared with you, my stamp set was inspired by, here's her name. Her name's Helen de Briegena, I think is how you say it. I believe she is a Dutch demonstrator in the Netherlands. And this is like her what she goes by. So this is what I was inspired by. So thank you, Helen, for the inspiration. And all the measurements for these cards will be part of a PDF that you will get when you purchase the card, when you receive the card kit. All right, our base is Old Olive. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some cooler weather. And when I was creating these cards, it made me really think about the rustic nature, but thought of like fall and the different fall colors. So I'm excited about that. All right, we have our piece of paper. So as I said, the one is that plaid, which I think would be really fun for a Halloween pattern or like a fall card. Imagine a leaf die cut out of that. That would be really pretty. And then there's this paper, which I said, like, when you look at it in a certain view, it looks basic black, but when you look at it in another view, it looks like early espresso. All right, so let's go ahead and put that down. All right, so we're gonna stick that off to the side for a minute. I am going to grab my little mini die cutting machine here. All right, and I have a piece of Very Vanilla for insert. Now I have to tell you, this is probably the first time I've used Very Vanilla cardstock in probably over, like, I'm not gonna lie, since probably Christmas. I don't know why I don't use it. I just go to white all the time. I would love to know, are you a person who uses basic white more, or are you a person who uses Very Vanilla for your like cards and stuff? Team down, I'm basic white. So it was really interesting when I was using this. I was like, oh my gosh, how like crazy. I never use these colors. Okay, let me just cut a piece of paper here. I think this will work in this die. If not, I will have to get my bigger cutter. All right, so we are showcasing also this week. It's called the Just Note bundle. I really like the dies in this, so I wanted to show you this stamp set. So really great. You have this great journaling one right here, but these dies are super fun. Look how fun these dies are. So this is what we're going to use. We're going to create our own little like journaling card, which is really neat. So we're going to put this down. And as I said, this is just on Very Vanilla. And we're just going to put that down there. And then we'll just cut that. Roll it through. So this is our mini cut. Mini Stampin' Cut, which I call it my baby boss. It does all the little baby jobs that I need. So isn't that fun? So there's that die. It makes it look like a notebook. We're going to do that, and we're also going to cut one in basic black. So let me just get a basic black here. Do that again. I would love to know, have you guys been creating, or you've been more enjoying the summer? Are you a person who creates more in the fall and winter? So there's our black. So that's just two of those. I'm a person who creates all the time. It truly, truly is my happy place and makes me happy. So why not create all the time? I truly believe you have to have something that brings you joy. And the one thing that I love about Stampin' Up! In this creating community is the connections. All right, we are going to die cut a circle, and if you follow me on my videos, you know that I'm a huge fan of the stylish shaped dies. I love them. I probably use them every week. They are one of my top 10 die cutting dies. We are using 1, 2, 3, the fourth largest circle, and we're just going to cut out a little circle here. So there's our die cut. And make sure you always put these back so you're not looking through the garbage. All right, so now we need to do, I need a black piece here. Okay, I have a 2-inch circle punch, and we're gonna punch that out. So that's right there. So that was a 2-inch circle punch. Let me just move out of the way. I think we're good with this. Let's move that. Okay, so 2-inch circle punch. We just punched out a black, and then that's going to be our layer right there. So now let me grab, I just need to grab a piece of Cajun Craze here. So this is Cajun Craze. And we are going to stamp, actually we have a couple stamping to do, so let's do that. And then we'll be, actually bring in our cards so you can see what we're doing. We are going to stamp the mug, the cup. This cup reminds me of a mug that my daughter has that she got for camping. And it's really fun. So it reminds me of that. All right, I'm just gonna put these pieces over here for a minute. I can move this out of the way. I'm going to bring in the Memento ink. And we're going to stamp the mug. Now there are no dies for these, so we do have to fussy cut. I know, I hear ya. Why fussy cut? Some people like punching and stamping, some people like die cutting and stamping, and other people like to fussy cut. All right, so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do the little greeting inside that says "Better Together," which I thought was fun. I thought this card would be to give someone, like, you know, maybe you're going with a friend to a cottage, or maybe you just wanted to, like, a road trip. I thought maybe it would be fun to, like, write down some of the things you wanted to do there, and then you could, you know, go look for them. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for joining us. Actually, you're joining me live, Kathy. You're not on the replay this morning. Unless you're going to go plan to watch later. Oh, yes, you're live. I know, I love going live during the daytime. I wish I could do it more. I need to figure out how to, my day job. Someday when I'm retired. I cannot wait. All right, so we are going to ink up that line stamp. So sometimes what I find with bigger stamps, I like to just like ink like this. And what we're gonna do is we are going to stamp this onto our Very Vanilla die cut. Now, I like to go closer to the bottom, so I'm just gonna come in and make sure that I'm good. I'm just gonna push here. And there is our lines for our die cutting a journaling card. Now, as I said, I thought this would be fun. How fun would it be to give this card to somebody, maybe with like a day trip plan, like you could do, you know, write like, or you could write like a little message with a gift card to like your favorite coffee shop. I think there's lots you could do with this. I think it would be fun. All right, so let me put everything away here, and then we can bring back it. Oh, let's die cut. Let's cut out our thing. I just noticed, don't often get the chance to see you live. Oh, thank you for joining us this morning. It made my day. I know, it's funny. Trying to find a time that works where you get a lot of views is very, very hard because people's lives are so busy. Kathy, do you watch a lot of people live, or do you watch more on the replay? All right, I'm moving this closer so I can see it. I'm just fussy cutting out our little cup here. Isn't that so cute? I'm going to show you another way to use this cup tomorrow, but in a totally different idea, which I think is a fun idea. All right, so we are going to go ahead and start putting our pieces. So let's go ahead and put down our basic black Just a Note die, and I'm just going to put that there. And I'm going to put it on like a little bit of an angle. Now we're going to go ahead and do our Very Vanilla. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to line these bottom ones up, but I'm also just going to kind of tilt it off to the side. So it looks like that. Now, I have already gone ahead, because it actually cuts out two, die cut out us a little paper clip. How cute is this paper clip? So cute. Okay, these are from the Just Note dies, which are right here, and you get two. Definitely, these things have been, this stamp set has been very popular, so this is one you might want to look at if you like to make these fun cards. As I said, I was inspired by Helen's card. She actually did this for a fall card, and I really liked the layout, and I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder how I can use that layout and switch it up to use the product that I'm using. So that's what we did. All right, so we are just going to slide our paper clip in here. Now I should just remember to put there. So it just goes like that. Now I am going to maybe just put this a little bit glued down here, so it's, now that it's stuck down, I know where I want it. We are going to bring in some of our linen thread. Usually replay, since I'm in Alberta, watch the local demonstrators live, but often watch Eastern demonstrators on the replay. That totally makes sense. Yeah, the time change, right? It's like 2 hours. I know my daughter is in she's in Utah, and she's 2 hours, and I often think, like, she'll message me when she's eating dinner, and I'm like, why are you eating dinner so late? And then I'm like, oh right, you're 2 hours behind me. She actually just FaceTimed me before I started my video. I'm like, I gotta go. But she had to leave too. I think she enjoys me being home during the day because she can just FaceTime me whenever she wants. She usually FaceTimes me 2 or 3 times. So this has been our longest stretch. She hasn't been home since Christmas. Definitely makes grateful for FaceTime. Oh no, my bow just ruined here. I have to think, what would, my thing just went. Okay, let's just put that back there. Wow, that didn't work. Let's try this again. All right. Let's try this linen thing again. I don't know if there's like a pressure coming in today. I think, like I said, it's very hot and humid today here in Ontario. It's already 39 degrees with the humidity, and it's supposed to be in the 40s later on. We've been in a heat alert since the weekend, like high heat temperatures during the day. And I don't know if there's something coming in, but I woke up this morning with a headache, so I'm hoping it will. Took some Tylenol, so I'm hoping it'll go away soon. But it doesn't stop me from crafting. It just takes my mind off the other things, the pain. All right, so there's that. So let's go ahead and we'll adhere our little very vanilla circle to our basic black. And we're going to adhere that down. And let's go put that right there. Now we have our cute little cup. And, you know, I thought I had more white dimensionals. Maybe they're down. I think so. But we're going to use black. Just to show you. Oh, yuck. Yeah, right. It is very yucky here, Kathy. It's a good way to stay inside and create. I love being outside, but I am not a I don't like humidity. It's gross. It's really, really gross. So I don't like that. So I tend to like stay inside and be outside more in the evenings. It's just way too hot. All right, so there is our card. It's the start of it. Isn't that cute? I love the layout. I think it would be so fun. Like I said, you could write like a little message. You could write, like you could give this to your favorite gift card to your favorite shop, and you could be like, hey, let's meet up and have coffee. How fun would that be? All right, I am trying really hard to remember to do some stamping on the inside and put pages in our things so that I don't have to go back and do it later on. So there's these little X spot stamps in the weekend adventure, and I thought, why not just make like a little line going up? Oh, maybe I can get one more. So there is that. So we stamped the inside with some just little X's. I thought that was super cute. As I said, I'm really trying to like be proactive and stamp the insides. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this down. As I said, this would be one of the cards that would be in your card kit. Now, if you are a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator or you live internationally, there will be a PDF that will also be available on my blog next week. So that usually comes up after. So there is our card for this morning featuring the Weekend Adventure stamp set, which I think is so fun. I think this would be a great card to give to a friend and be like, hey, let's meet for coffee. And then you could put like a little like meet with a time and date, or you could just be like, send this, maybe you give this to your partner or like a family member or somebody. So there's our card, and there's the one I created just to show you the difference. But I really like that pattern. I think that pattern would be fun for like fall colors. Like imagine a leaf cut out of that, or like you can put like some pumpkins behind it. I think that would be so nice. So there's our first card that we created today. I also have some other cards. So tomorrow night, so set your alarms for 7 p.m. Eastern time. I will be creating another card showcasing this stamp set. And I'm actually using the mug again tomorrow, but in a totally different way. Oh, thanks, Kathy. So I'm excited to show you that one. But I do have other samples to share with you. So as I said, when I was creating on the weekend, I had tons of little pieces. So what I actually did was I started with my scrapbook page, and then I cut all that up, and then I started with my cards, but then I had all these little pieces. So let me show you some other ideas. So this one was just a nice way to use those little scrap pieces that you have. And this one says things to do and places to go. So this would be like a great card to give like as a graduation. Maybe you're going to give it to a family member. I kind of went masculine on these themes just because I thought they would be great birthday cards. Maybe you could use this for a gift card. So this is Basic Beige. I love Basic Beige with the Misty Moonlight and those colors from the Weekend Adventure Designer Series paper. So that is one. That's just a sample. Here is one of the other cards that will be in the card kit. So this one I just thought would be a great masculine birthday card. I used the DSP, the Weekend Adventure DSP, brought in some black baker twine, and I used that big layering thoughts. I really wanted like a bold greeting, and I thought that worked perfect. And these are the nestled essential dies. So this one will be in your card kit. You would get everything you need, except I wouldn't be able to stamp the image, but you could use whatever you had at home, or you could purchase the layering thought stamp set, or you could use something different. You could totally put it out and put the adventure starts here. So there's the second card showcasing. And then the last card, I saw an idea online and I really liked the layout, and I thought, oh my gosh, how can I use that for this? So this card, I went with the color combination of Basic Beige, Early Espresso, and Misty Moonlight, which is a beautiful color combination. I used, there's like this little splat stamp, which is right here in the stamp set. I used that, and then I just did different strips of DSP at various lengths, cut them on an angle, did a little bit of tearing, and I said, take the scenic route, because I thought that would be a great card too. So I was thinking more masculine with these cards, because I always know my customers always say to me, or like my team always says, oh, masculine cards are so hard to create. And I agree, they are, because it's so much easier to create cards for females because you can use flowers, you know, different things like that. But males are very hard because, or masculine cards are hard just because you have to use specific stamp sets. But I thought I would show you some different ways of using your scraps to create different cards for the men in your life. I lost my train of thought. So I hope you liked those cards that we created today. So this one and then this one's just some more inspiration to show you how to use the stamp set. Like I said, I felt this one just needed a big bold greeting. Tomorrow I will be showing you the last card in the last card, and then these samples will be on my blog. So this card and these 2 cards are part of the class kit. So if you place a $50 order before shipping and taxes and before any rewards are taken off, I will send you the class kit. You have to be here in Canada. Unfortunately, that's per Stampin' Up rule. But I would love to ship this kit for you. And then you can watch the video and watch the replays. And it's like we're creating together. All right, everyone. So I'm going to upload this video to YouTube. It'll be up on my blog tomorrow. And all the information for this card. Now, as I said, the measurements will be given in the PDF. But I do have another project. I'll be sharing this one later in the week. And I'll be giving you the measurements for that. So I hope you like these cards. I would love to know, have you looked at the Weekend Adventure stamp set? Have I changed your mind on it? Like, I totally think you could use these ideas for, like, I think this would be a fun Christmas card, a fun birthday card, a thank you card. I like this. This would be a great Christmas card. I think you could use these layouts for a few different occasions. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. I loved creating with you today. And I will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where I will showcase our last card. And then, as I said, the rest of the week, I'll be showcasing these on my blog for you and on my social media. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. Oh, you're welcome, Kathy. Thanks for joining me today. And have a great rest of your day. Stay cool if you're in a place that's hot. Stay safe if you're in an area where there's forest fires. Or crazy weather, whatever you do, just stay safe, be happy, and go stamp. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.